Now, a one-time consultant to Walter Cronkite and NASA, where he is now much revered, and a sort of a general science reporter for us, one who has won awards. Has won a very prestigious award, as a matter of fact. The Engstrom. Here is Richard C. Hoagland. Richard, hi.
Good morning, Art.
Good morning.
By the way, our noise is back. They found us.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. We may have to switch back to the other line.
Well,
We'll be better on that one.
we can do that. Let me see how it sounds during our first segment here. At any rate, Richard, a lot of people were shocked to the very quick today when they went to the GeoCity site to see the latest, and all they found was a National Security Agency symbol, as if it had been seized by the website had been seized by the NSA.
You know, if it weren't for the fact that we've got an extraordinary solid hit out of Australia, at this point, I would be willing, I'm sure, along with most of the mainstream media, most of the mainstream radio astronomers, most of the amateur guys, the SETI League, people like Seth Shostak and all the others, to say, this was one humdinger of a hoax, let's get back to the real world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think tonight, Art, and everyone else who's listening, that that's exactly what someone has intended us to believe. That in fact, we are not dealing with an either-or, we're dealing with a both. That we have both a hoax and a real signal, a real story.
Now, that's too much synchronicity for even me, Richard. It's a big sky up there. I am unwilling to believe that somebody concocted a hoax. Then other people began to point...
No.
And then other people pointed dishes and found a signal at the
Exactly.
hoax. I mean, that's ridiculous.
There is, in this model, all right, and I'm going to read you some data. Remember, we have people on the ground in London, unlike certain other news agencies who have been content to send emails and get emails back saying from Polydor, oh, I never did any of this.
I know. Well, I know. You heard me read the thing about the Wright brothers here.
Yeah. We actually have people, physical, real warm bodies in London, digging, doing what old-fashioned reporting used to be about, where you tramp the streets and call the phone directories and make the house calls and all that. And I'm going to read you some material from one of those people a little later.
Okay.
Which indicates that not only do we have a real phenomena here, a real anomalous signal out there somewhere tonight, beamed toward Earth, picked up by several independent folks, and finally by a major professional facility in Australia.
How convinced of this are you?
That there's a real signal?
Mm-hmm.
Very. The ATCA, the Australian Telescope Compact Array, is a miniature version of the VLA, the very large array which Jodie Foster used in the movie just south of me here in New Mexico.
Right.
The VLA has 27 antennas set in a Y-shaped railway track configuration, so they can be moved many, many miles apart to synthesize a big radio telescope.
Right.
The farther apart the edges of the dishes are, the finer the resolution and the better the resolving power.
Right.
The compact array is a kind of miniature, it's kind of the Bill Gates version down in Australia of the very large array. And it's 6 antennas. They're 22 meters in size, parabolic dishes.
Yes.
And they can spread them out by, maybe a couple, 3 miles. I don't know what the exact dimensions are. They focused all 6 antennas on the night of the 6th. I'm sorry, the day of the 2nd.
Right.
On Pegasus.
Yes.
And they picked up a signal. And the full story, linked now to our website and your website, is available.
Well, they've got the screen dump up there once again.
Screen dump of one of their processings, and they have several screen dumps.
And good Lord, Richard, that's a gigantic signal. I mean, that looks like Jodie Foster's kaboom, kaboom, kaboom.
Absolutely, it's huge.
Yeah.
And they didn't see it as a signal. The astonishing thing in our update tonight, because Enterprise has been posting during the week updates on this story. Well, tonight's update is called Down Under Radio Astronomers Are Upside Down. Prove they're just horsing around. Because they've got an enormous whopping contact Jodie Foster type signal, and they claim it's interference, and the signal is 4 times the noise. 4 times the noise and narrow band and conforms to artificial. Furthermore, when they go into greater detail in the various other analyses posted below on their own website, that the signal is modulated. The signal is moving. All the things that we said Friday night, right?
Yes.
The signal is downshifted from the original detection signal posted by Door last week. They ignore all that and claim with a wave of their hand, oh, it's just interference from a satellite. Now, NORAD, remember our friends in Cheyenne Mountain?
Yes.
Publish a very comprehensive list of everything in orbit down to nuts and bolts and astronaut gloves that were lost during the space program 30 years ago. Do the ATCA astronomers take the trouble to look up in the computer any satellite that might conform to their, quote, interfering signal?
Well, you would think that would be the first thing they would do.
They do not. In fact, they say it might possibly be related, and then they never follow up. Oh, and oh, by the way, this whopping signal, that incredible graph you're seeing on our both our websites, it was a total of 10 seconds of observation time.
10 seconds.
That's it, boys and girls. They devoted a full 10 seconds to the possible discovery of the millennium.
And then we had another large site that, wasn't it in Germany, that said that they found nothing. What was it? Their quote, except for a few anomalies.
No, this was Harvard.
Harvard. Oh, that's right. There you are. Harvard. Thank you.
And 80-foot dish at Harvard.
And they found nothing but a few anomalies.
Which they never posted.
A few anomalies.
Yep.
What the hell does a few anomalies mean?
I don't know, but my conclusion is, and we'll in the next half hour get into the substance, is that we're dealing with a reality and a hoax to cover the reality. And the hoax is somehow involved, I believe, with the spooks, with the intelligence agencies.
The people like the NSA.
Because I totally agree. It is against federal law to misuse the official insignia and seals of the United States government.
They're not humored by that kind of stuff.
They do not have a sense of humor.
No, they don't. They really don't. We found that out, and so we know. And so here's this big NSA seal there where all the info used to be. Now, either the NSA really walked in which case you wouldn't think you'd see the NSA seal. You'd just see a site with no DNA any longer.
Had disappeared.
Yeah.
Is this where, I mean, I know that you think now the C in my name stands for conspiracy, right?
Well, I can't resist the fun.
Of course you can't, all right? You'll be out there on the runway with the ape suit, right? The problem we have here is that we're getting a lot of intelligence that there is a war going on inside the intelligence community regarding information such as this. So my proposal is that the insignia on that website is real tonight. It's posted by the fraction that's trying to help. And they have the clout politically to keep it there because they are obviously NSA as well.
I have a simplistic talk show host question.
Okay.
That seal, have we confirmed that that really is a seal of the NSA?
Yes.
It is.
It is. Including, you know, the eagle is sitting, by the way, the eagle is really the phoenix. You knew that, didn't you?
On a perch at 19.5 degrees.
No, it's on a key.
Okay. No.
Remember Bamford's The Puzzle Palace? The NSA is involved with codes and signals and eavesdropping and all that good stuff.
Oh, yes, I know.
The eagle is sitting on a key, which is their cute idea back when they formed this back in the 1940s, 47, of symbolism. I mean, all of this is symbolic. You just have to take it apart. No, that's the real seal. The point is you cannot misuse the real seal unless you have federal authority to use it. Mm-hmm. And someone will come and take you away, or they will close you down, or they will send nasty letters like they did to Keith. The question is, it's only a matter of time. However, if there is fractionalization...
Yeah, but there were so many thousands of people going to that site, tens or hundreds of thousands,
absolutely,
that by now the NSA would have been aware of it by a long shot.
Absolutely. And the fact that it's still there means to me, in this model, that there is a faction tonight that wants us to follow the trail, that's basically using that as evidence that there is, you know, where there's fire, or where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yes.
And it is designed to keep us moving in the direction of further confirmation, which means we need more radio observatories that, in fact, can look at a signal like the Australian telescope array and follow it. We have posted on this update tonight the astronomers from down under who are just horsing around.
Well, Richard, this thing on we'll get to that. This thing on the Australian site, if if they're saying it was some sort of interference,
That's what they're saying.
then clearly they would have cited what it was, because they catalog everything that that it could be, and they would know exactly what it is.
They should.
And they would say in their release, yes, look at that gigantic signal, but that is satellite so-and-so.
Yeah,
in our
957
catalog.
DOD launched November 15th, 1995, something like that.
Something like that.
They did not.
All right, hold on. So now you're beginning to get a sense of where we are tonight. Mysterious NSA SEALs showing up. Australian reception of gigantic signals that they dismiss as interference but refuse to identify. The plot thickens.